What's up? Um, I just had some thoughts on my life and kind of how I feel like I'm not going anywhere. And I think one specific thing I honed in on was how I feel like sometimes I have an ego and I think, wow, you have so many skills. But to be honest, I don't compare at all to some of like the greatest in the world at anything. Like I don't even compare at all. And basically I'm saying I'm a jack of all trades. I'm a jack of few trades and a master of none. So what is it like to be mediocre at kind of everything? So first, what am I mediocre at? As a person, I'm like, okay, I'm not a Gandhi. I'm not an amazing leader. I'm like chill, I'm nice. My humor is okay. It's mediocre. Nothing crazy. I'm not a comedian. My cooking is probably below average. It's mediocre. It's okay. Social skills, below average. And athleticism, I mean, I would say above average for an American. But I've been to Japan for 2 weeks. I'm definitely below average for a Japanese person. Or maybe it's just the part of Japan I've been to. I'm not really sure. But you notice quite a large difference. And yeah, so physically, and my looks, obviously I'm not too worried about my looks, but my body, it's mediocre. It's just about anything you can think of. I don't have a job. My income is zero. My prospects of getting a job are also mediocre. So that doesn't help either. Okay, just to explain, I'm drinking out of a straw because I'm drinking some white vinegar water mixture, and apparently it's bad for my teeth and gums. But yeah, back on the topic, I think the thing that kind of pains me the most is that I play this sport called handball, and I practice it quite a lot. I wouldn't say I practice, but I played a lot, and I am not even basically worthy of being called the lowest rank within the handball community, like a C rank. There's A, B, C's, and opens, and I'm not even a C player. So I don't know if this experience is common for people. I want to say it is, because I think by definition it's hard to be the greatest at something in the world, or kind of being up there. But there's a sport or a craft or an art, whatever it is. So I feel like a lot of people kind of would have some sort of relation to what I'm saying. So I'll just talk about my experience, and maybe it can connect with yours. But yeah, it feels like shit sometimes. There's a lot of practical use sometimes for what you're doing. I can cook for myself. I can entertain myself. I think I'm funny. But a lot of the times, it doesn't actually have any practical, real value. Yes, I can cook, but I'm not going to find a job with it. I'm not really going to be showing it off like crazy. Yes, I have an okay physique, but I'm not gonna be able to kind of impress anyone with it or inspire anyone with it. Maybe I can help someone wherever they are in their fitness journey and give them some advice if they're starting out, but I'm not inspiring anybody. I'm not doing anything crazy. If anything, it's my research that's a little bit above average, but not my physique. I don't have a job, and one of the reasons why I don't have a job is because I have kind of these like surface level skills that don't really yield anything, right? And I have like this hobby, like I play handball, I play pool, and they can't, like, it's fun in the moment, but maybe I don't take too much pride in it either because I'm not very good at all. And also, I'm not getting any prize money with it. I'm not coaching anybody. And, I'm realizing now that I'm in New York, and we just had kind of two blizzards back to back, 2026, February. And I'm just realizing, like, I have nothing going for me. Like, I know myself, and I know my life, and I know what I've done. And I know I've worked to improve myself. Definitely not as hard as I could have, but, there's some work there. And I would never, like, discredit myself or disrespect myself like that. But it's spread out, and I have, like, a superficial, like, understanding of things. And I think I've never really invested enough into one thing. Like, I know some people, they give up everything to become the best at something, and I've never done that. Like, I would never just spend, like, countless hours just studying finance to become the most gifted valuation expert in the world. Like, I still have to, like, do my own chores, cook for myself. I still need to exercise. So, like, I spread everything out so that I'm mid at everything. And, it feels like it results in nothing. And by the way, I didn't have any idea, like, what my message was or like what my big takeaway was when I started, like, talking to this phone. But I think it's okay, right? I'm still 21, which I know a lot of 21-year-olds have gone further than me. But first of all, you can't. There's no point in, like, beating yourself up over spilled milk. Like, okay, yeah, I didn't work that hard when I was younger. I can't change the past. The best time to start working hard is now. So that's number one. Okay. And number two, there's a lot of benefits to being a jack of all trades. Like, a lot of the skills that you learn in one area can be transferred to other areas, and also, like, the mindset and the kind of learning systems that you get from one area can lead to another one. Like, I'm also very mid at this game called Teamfight Tactics. But one thing I learned was that it's like a game where you face off against 7 other players. And sometimes you just get very unlucky. But in that situation, you still have to aim for the best that you can get. It's not like a first place or last place kind of game. You have to try to do the best with what you have. And I used to always have that, like, all or nothing mindset, right? But, that one lesson I learned from this game, I apply it to a lot of other, like, areas of my life. So it's good because when you have, like, one kind of field of view, one perspective, like, your entire life is maybe like a specific sport or a specific craft, you might not get the perspective from everything else, and you won't get the perspective from all the other members of all these other diverse communities that you're not a part of. So yeah, those two benefits. And also, I think for me, I'm confident in myself. Maybe I'm coping, but it's not a matter of, like, when these skills will sort of be enough for me. What I said, I don't know what I said. It's not a matter of if they'll be, like enough for me. It's a matter of like when they'll be enough for me. Like, when will I be able to develop one of these skills into a job? Like, let's say I wanted to work in a Chinese kitchen. That's a dream of mine, by the way. Like, I feel like I would love to just, you know, learn how to cook like crazy and just feed thousands of people a day or something. Sorry, crazy tangent. That was not necessary at all. But, like whether I could cook or become like a fitness influencer, or be able to inspire a lot of people. Like, when will my skills like yield value? And I think I'm looking for at least one of my skills to yield value, and I have a lot of time, so I know it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when, and I'm sure it'll be soon, right? Because you just keep on growing. I think the issue is that right now, I just graduated college, graduated a little bit early. I don't have any structure in life. I don't know. I don't have like a specific goal with a specific path. Like, I know my goal is to sort of earn income in some way, and I want to get a job in finance, but it's not like super clear how I should get there. Even though I'm sure for other people it is clear, but I would say my story is kind of complicated. Like, I have some side projects I want to do first. Anyways, my point is, I'm kind of in this chapter of my life where I'm kind of left to my own devices, and I have all these skills that kind of do nothing. And kind of all that there is for me to do is to try to get these skills to do something, or keep developing these skills. And it feels like shit when you feel like you're just not productive at all. Like, you as a person are not yielding anything. You're not yielding any results, right? Like, let's say you're unemployed and you're not getting things that are important to you, right? You're not getting money. Maybe you're not making new friends. You're incapable of, going up to someone and starting a conversation. You're not able to progress with your physique or something, or get there as fast as you can. Like, and also, something for my physique. I was pretty fat. Not pretty fat, but I was fat, like, last summer. So I had to, I had a late start. So everything kind of lined up to a point where I'm not really good at anything. And yeah, it just feels kind of bad. It feels like every single day I wake up and I'm starting at square one. And I'm never gonna make it to square two. Right? Because I don't see any results, right? You've progressed when you see some sort of result. But you just never see it. But I guess I just need to not worry about it. And just keep going. Like, you have to trust the process. Yeah. If I could, I would end the video there. That's all I have to say. But speaking more on trusting the process, I was on a cut, right? I was basically trying to lose weight. And there's a lot of times where, you might not see the scale go down the way you expect it to, right? Like, you think, okay, I was in a calorie deficit today. I was in a calorie deficit for the past 3 days. So why is my weight staying stagnant? Right? And it makes you think, okay, maybe I should just give up on the cut. Like, I feel like I'm not progressing at all. Maybe my metabolism is just like so low that I need to cut down even another like 300 calories. But the thing is, you just need to trust the process. Like, maybe a lot of the days I was just, drinking water. I kept my water weight on before I hopped on the scale. Or there was one time maybe I logged my weight when I was like completely dry. And then, so that's why then 3 days later, I'm weighing it again. I have a little bit of water in my system, and it seems like it's the same, even though I am losing body fat. So even if like you're not it feels like you're not yielding results, you still need to keep going because you know that's the right thing to do. Like, you can't just give up. And results aren't everything. I would say it's 95% of it, and the 5% is the journey. Like, realistically, like, if you say, oh yeah, I'm working on improving my lifestyle, I'm eating healthier, I'm trying to lose weight. But if you've been doing this for like 20 years and you're not losing any weight, then the results are plain and simple. Your lifestyle is not changing, right? Or if you're like, oh, I want to improve myself, and then you like can't stop cheating on your partners or something. Okay, that's crazy. I don't know how I came up with that. But the results, like, they speak for themselves. Like, every action you take will either lead to the result you want or it won't, It'll like get you closer to there or it won't. But there'll be times where, like, you kind of know you're doing the right thing and you're not getting those results. You're not getting that 95% of the pie. So you have to just keep working on that 5% because that's all you got. Even if it feels like very uncertain and very kind of like scary, right? Because no one wants to feel like they're like a worthless piece of space, right? Which is what I feel like, as a guy who's mid at everything. But yeah, I just gotta keep going, and I gotta lock in. That's it.